She wish to hear, he speaks it for you. Thank you very much. Welcome to Benue State. You're welcome to your home. Our home is your home. You have made a mark in our lives, and we are happy to have you here today once again. Please take a seat. We don't have to keep you standing for a long time. AAC, AAC, take it back. Action. Not going back. We cannot continue like this. At least now we can heave a sigh of relief. We can have hope.
Our governorship candidate. Let's make a loud welcome for our governorship candidate. Please put your hands together for him. His name is Chief Benjamin.
Pray for justice.
Then we also have in his company the deputy governorship candidate. You know, today, the Nigeria of today needs a woman more than anything, right? So, the governorship as the deputy governorship branch for to make a better place. Let us put our hands together for Madam Queen.
All of you are welcome. Please, today is right. So before any other thing, please let the entertainers give us some interview. So you are welcome. ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, the cultural group. Now it's time for the state chairman, Comrade Rex Elano. It is time to give us a welcome address. So let us put our hands together for the state chairman.
Some reality right here.
We can't continue. I'm very delighted that conscious people in Makurdi, in Benue State, have gathered today to honor an occasion where ideas that can liberate Nigeria will be shared. So, on behalf of the African Action Congress, Benue State chapter, I want to say a very heartwarming welcome to everybody. You are all welcome. ANC! I also want to prepare your minds that, hello, maybe I should speak pidgin for this statement I want to make. The thing we want here today, now what you never hear, the type of thing we really hear normally when politicians come anywhere. And the thing we want here today, not be only talk where they go talk so that you go clap. Now something where you go digest, ask question if you don't believe. Challenge them if you feel saying a lie, and receive them if you feel saying a true. Because everything we will talk today, now the things we Nigeria they dodge to talk from since we make us they bonded today. So today there is a glimpse into total liberation. We can peep through a people into total liberation. Our candidates, our presidential candidates, Comrade Omoyele Sowore, is a name that the oppressors know more than even their game of oppression. But they have refused to allow us see it that way. So they keep telling you, don't mind him, he's a joker, he's SUG president. And he's the only one I dare to say to all of you today, that all the big names you call, from Tinubu to Atiku to Peter Obi to Kwakwanso to Abdul, whatever was the one that followed Abacha then, Mustafa, they all are aware that this is the only candidate that can speak truth to power, that can call on the big names and mention their issues that have to be addressed for a society that we desire, an egalitarian society where justice and peace shall reign. But I will not say much. You will be hearing from him today, but I want to urge you all, while you are impressed with the things you hear, don't just clap, ask questions. You be vulcanizer, ask what things you will get for vulcanizer. You be commercial sex worker, the one who they call Ashao, ask what things you will get for Ashao. You be arm robber when the things the arm robber don't tire you. Ask what they get for you. Don't just clap and shout. ANC! So we give this sounding buzzer for our presidential candidates, Comrade Omoyele Sowore, Barrister Haruna Magashi, and our gubernatorial candidate Benjamin Obi. 3 buzzer. Buzzer. Very much.
I get some reality here. Turn up my microphone. Shit. Just have to turn my microphone about shit.
When did they reach out to clap hand? When did they reach out to clap hand? Come on, clap now. In ANC, have everybody. We have everything. Now let us all put our ears, let us go back and wash our ears. Clean every dirt that is there. Because we are about to hear some reality right now. Right? Good. Before that real reality, we have some good realities. The first reality we are going to hear is the Benue reality. You don't know your house, I don't think you will know any other thing. You first of all do what? You know your house before you talk about the compound. So we are inviting to this podium our governorship candidate to give us a summary of that manifesto he has to tell us. The wrong things that are here to tell you, and the good ones that he has to talk to you. Let us stand up and make a welcome to our governorship candidate. Take it back. Action.
We cannot continue like this. Please make a decision. The incoming president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, by the grace of God, our own brother, Comrade Sowore, and the vice president, incoming vice president, our own brother, too, Barrister Magashi, My deputy, the deputy governor incoming, Benue State, Vera Akase, and we have the national secretary. Please permit me to stand on the existing protocol. I think I recognize the national secretary. I also want to recognize the whole national expo. First, you are welcome to Benue State. I won't take much of your time. My name is Chief Benjamin Ewa Ocheobe, and I'm going to be very brief while I speak with you. I want to say that if you are not tired of what that is happening in the state now, I think you need assistance. I'm saying this without mixing words. They have given education to their children and given guns to our own children. We are going to fight the security. How are we going to fight the security? We have a traditional system that has never failed us. Within the thief cycle, they condemn stealing and every other vices. Within the Idoma cycle, the Igede, the Tulu, we condemn them. But because of the fog on the traditional system, we cannot move forward. We are going to resurrect it when we get to power by the grace of God. We are going to have a Benue Day. Within this Benue Day, all the tribes, even the non-indigenous, will come together. When you have a sense of belonging, it will be easier to tackle security. From there, we'll make it like a unit within the various places within the state. So we are going to tackle security with all level of seriousness, but we will all be involved. Secondly, we'll look at education. If you check very carefully, every child is entitled to education. But if you go to our schools now, it's really an embarrassing situation. They will just come at film. Unfortunately, we enter one chance. Benue is on life support. The kind of leadership we have in Benue, they are complete 419. They are worse than the kidnappers. They have kidnapped the futures of our own, kidnapped the futures of our children, and then they are targeting our children's children. It's unfortunate that you cannot even have opportunity to see their own children to marry because they are all schooling abroad. Then as God will have it, anybody you will vote for, may your children's character be like them. Have this in mind. Anybody you want to vote for in this election, may your own children's character be like them. Amen. May your family's character be like them. We need to change from this money politics so that our children will have a good future. We are not fighting for ourselves this time. We are thinking of our own children because they will ask us in future. Like I told some of our elders in Idoma land. Now let me make this very clear. They will come and meet you. They say, this is Idoma man, give to thief man. The suffering in Benue State is the only Idoma people that are suffering. If you go to that road in Guma that divided into two, is it Otubo road? It's not Obadibo road. We are all facing it and we should stop pretending. This time around, let us change. We have been having the thief leadership for the past 47 years. And this is the time to have the Idoma leadership. So I want to appeal to us that we should change our mentality so that we can change the system. We're also going to look at the health sector. If you check what is happening in Benue State now, most of the hospitals are just mere consulting centers. We are going to ensure that every village or every ward will have a good health center. That before the health breaks away, we are going to ensure a gradual progression so that you can save life to a point before the person can go. People must go. We're also going to improve on the industrial aspect, and I want to speak about this with some level of passion. If you go to Boko and every other part of the Tiv land, we have oranges, but we don't have any orange juice company here. If you have a company like that, you will discover that our people will be gainfully employed. But if you go down to Otukbo axis, they have rice. We can also improve on the rice. The rice mills there, they are now owned by different set of people and they are not functional. We have to bring good equipment to improve this thing, and you will discover that it will help the state. Another area that we will look at that was keenly is decentralized power from Makurdi. So many of you travel from your various places to Makurdi to come and see the governor or to see the commissioner. No. When you get accident, you break leg, how you will do? We are going to ensure that the money that comes from the federal allocation goes straight to the local government. Local government chairman now cannot even commission, I think, covert. How many culverts does your local, except beer parlors? Even these days now, they don't, because the whole money is stolen. Like in Otukpo local government, for instance, 120 comes to the local government every day. It's enough to pay salaries, it's enough to pay teachers, and it's enough to do some development. But when it gets to this place, they hoard it and they finish it. We are going to rescue power from those people and then return it back to the people. If Boko local government is doing something very well, I don't think you have too much business coming to Makurdi. We are also cultural aspect where we are known. If you go to Boko, somebody can sell a bag of orange for 400 or 1,000 naira because there's no road to take them out. We will improve on the road so that they can bring it out and have a very good market. After watching those things for a very long time, you see them get destroyed. So I want to charge us that the major aspect of what is destroying the state now, there are teachers that are also not being paid. It's very painful. If you have any brother or sister who is a teacher, I believe that you should wait for them. They are not being paid, especially the primary school. We will take care of staff welfare. We will ensure that every money that is stolen will be restored back. We are not coming to fight the government. We are coming to fight the system. And we want to change the system. And together we can change the system. And I believe that those of us sitting down here, we are the real promoters of what can change the system. And very importantly, we have been dehumanized. Within the Benue State, the sporting aspect. Sport is a career. I play sport up to professional level. I played in Cyprus. I played in Tunisia. It's a career. Even to referee a game, it's also a career. And in Benue, if you go to any club in Nigeria, you will find more than 6-7 Benue players playing. In my game, handball, the champions this year for the Prudent Energy League, out of the 18 or 20, you have 7 Benue people. If you go to any state, you will see them. We're going to improve in sports. We will ensure that every local government will have a sporting center. And I'll tell you why. Through sports, some of us have been able to go around the world. And if any child trains between 3 to 6 o'clock in the evening, that child, if he still go to steal, then his own is follow come. I learned this when I was in Europe, because when you travel, you will learn. Every section, they have clubs, they have things. And when we develop on this sport, we will discover that our children will move faster and they will grow better. We will revive the Benue State Sports Festival. That was what brought us up. So we are going to revive sport. Those of us that are sports people, and I want to tell you one simple story while I'm trying to round up. When I was playing handball, I didn't know I'll become a star. In Benue, we are going to create stars. I played handball. After the match. I am a complete Ojira boy. We used to hide in the corner and throw rubber ring to stone girls on their boot of St. Anne's girls. And then after a match, that people clapped for me. Seriously. I went back, I saw St. Anne's girls, and I started throwing rubber ring. One say, hey, see Pebble. I say, it's a lie, it's not me, it's not me. And from that point, I stopped. And I became a different person. Ronaldo and co, they are all bad people, but because of sports, they will change. If you create any human being, even in agriculture, we'll come back to do Agric Day every year. We'll create stars. In the dancing aspect, the cultural aspect, the community aspect. So I want to assure you that in this coming election, like I tell people in Zone C, the voting pattern, God has made it easy. If you want to cook, you must put 3 pots, 3 stones before you put the food on top. Mom is not be so? Before you cook. And if you put 2 stones, it go work? No. So if you want vote for election, carry your hand, put for the first ballot paper, you say 1, 2, 3. We are number 3 on the ballot paper. Or you say in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. You vote on the 3rd one. Thank you very much. And God
Please, let us continue to clap for him, please. Let us clap for him. Waneka kwa mimi, shika kwa mimi ga.
Kwa mimi uzuwa yongo kakpo ne yo. Sipa henya koba ngwa mimi la. Henga. Ausi ngwa mimi la bapesi na. Bapesi tom shame. Kwa governorship candidate we say oh he chiaka we zega. O wo ha na shangela. Uwelu umse iwo ha na shangena ha. Wawo na lunja ikana na ha. Aru yombaka obadido yaga. Wawo na lunja ikave na ha. Aru yombaka obadido gashi fawaga. Kape wawo matombo wawo elujira. Kana sobia kwa he kana wesha. Thank you very much, sir. Your words have given us life. We so much appreciate you for what you have said. So at this juncture, we have to welcome one of our own, and that will be made by, the introduction of that person will be made by our state chairman. So chairman, sir.
Thank you very much, Sunechi. So I really want to specially introduce the next person coming here because maybe you can, he reminds me of Omoyele Sowore. They might be different from different states, born at in different years, have different backgrounds, but their tendencies, the routes they've passed through, the challenges they face, the resilience they've shown over time makes me liken them together. And I want to welcome someone who we call Comrade Barnabas. Comrade Barnabas is the House of Assembly member, the House of Assembly candidate from Guma local government area. And the reason I've come to do this special welcome is to throw a challenge to all of us who have been living in denial and deceiving ourselves. That Nigeria don't spoil, nothing if you to just face your front, do your own, they go, now only God will help us. It's a lie. Comrade Barnabas, like every one of us, lived in his community some years back. And like we've all heard and we've been hearing on the radio and TV, terrorists attacked their villages. The ones we call Fulani herdsmen in Benue State. And when they were attacked, he was among the fortunate ones that were not killed, but were fortunate and unfortunate enough to escape from those villages into the town and found himself in the IDP camp. Hope against hope, beyond all odds. Barnabas didn't sit in denial, he didn't sit in a self-pity party for himself. Barnabas rose to the occasion and realized that we can't continue like this. And he became a voice for his people. I met him when we were having a protest for people living with disability when they were cheated somewhere in town, and the ministry was, in fact, the government agency was, we were bold enough to tell us, oh God, this thing even passed our power. Now Minister, now Festus Keyamo, now all those APC people now hijack them. NDE, National Directorate of Employment. That's how the people we hail are so low to steal jobs that even belong to people living with disability. And that was where we met. And it was Faith, Comrade Faith, our vibrant Comrade Faith, who brought him on board. But to cut the long story short, Barnabas saw genuine people who were standing and speaking truth to power and were not going to be compromised by money, by appointments, or by some of these evil traps they set for us and make us feel like they want to elevate us. And Barnabas was the one who led his people and were part of the Occupy INEC March 15th, 2020. Barnabas was part of those who followed us for June 12 protests. Benue is under attack. Where your governor, who claims that Benue is under attack, was against us coming there. Barnabas was there. They were arrested, 6 of them. Like the DSS also arrested us. He realized that protesting alone will not be good enough, but he needed to also represent his people where they can make bills that will affect thousands and millions of not only people in Guma local government, but people all over the state. Amongst all our candidates, I looked at him and felt he's the smallest and stands no chance. The same way we look at Omoyele Sowore and say SUG president. But today, the people of Guma local governments, and even the government of Benue State, even though they pretend they are not seeing us, they are feeling the impact of Guma local governments. So I'm not here to just eulogize Barnabas and hate him, But I'm here to show you that against all odds, those who have ideas, those who have courage to push those positive ideas are people that cannot be stopped. They can only be supported, enhanced, and victory is sure for us. AFP, allow me after this plenty talk to welcome this small but mighty comrade who will spend few minutes here to charge you up before the hurricane himself speaks to you all. Please welcome Comrade Barnabas Nito, candidate of African National Congress, representing the area.
Good afternoon, everyone. AFP! AFP! No! As we cannot continue like, as there is no place like home, there is no place like home. Sister IDP camper, permit me to stand on the existing protocol to welcome our incoming President of Nigeria, President Omoyele Sowore. The President welcome. Permit me also to welcome the Deputy Incoming President, Magashi. Sir, you are welcome. Permit me also to welcome all the national experts of the ANC party. In fact, I may ask Mr. President to give me at least 15 minutes. Please. Look, it has been long. In fact, starting the protest I went at Abuja 2020, while the APC PDP was trying to hijack our party, we went at the National Independent Commission where we protest. That was when we met, and we don't have chance that day to at least exchange words or greetings. At least, please permit me and allow me to express my view. Please. Omoyele Sowore, the incoming president of Nigeria, has done a lot. In fact, I won't say a lot again because the state chairman, Mr. Rex Verano, has finished all. But I want to appreciate, and he was been saying, internally displaced person, which I live in IDP Camp 1 Daudu. I was arrested last year 2021. My one was to protest. Omoyele Sowore sent some barristers to rescue me there. There is how the struggle is. I always tell my people, upon all the political parties we have in Benue State, or in Nigeria, I don't see other. There is one party that the IDP is contesting. I don't think. And then I'm a person with disability. The state welfare officer of person with disability in Benue State. I know how I fight with Faith Yasa concerning person with disability in this very state. It was last week that we even fight in the social investment office where the grant was being given to at least to give the vulnerable ones. We went there. It was 400. At least if they are talking about the bill which was implemented by the President Buhari, we have our 5% there. The 5% of 400, I think it should be 220 something. At the end, we are getting at least 70 of our members was the one who benefited from it. We asked, this is how we started the struggle, and this is how the struggle is still going. I want to appreciate Take It Back movement worldwide for supporting us in different ways while we are in IDP. In fact, they even buried one of our comrades who followed us with the 2021 protest about Buhari must go. We immediately that day, the next day, he went to his village and he was attacked and killed by Fulani herdsmen. The same man who are representing us was there with us. The governor, I reported all this to all our channels in Benue State. There was no hope. While this guy was in the IDP camp similarly. I shout out Omoyele Sowore through Take It Back movement rescue us and went and buried the guy physically. While coming back, Omoyele Sowore sent some agent to come and see at least the guy's wife, while in which they gave him a witch money at least to start something in her life. The lady traveled, now she may be here with us to at least tell you this man that we are talking about, he never won any position in Nigeria, but yet he's still there fighting for us. Some of our Nigerians see is a warrior. I don't think in fact, that very day I joined this protest, people say this guy go join court when go come money. After today, I'm still living in ADP camp. Yes, I'm still living in ADP camp. Where is Omoyele? Which money will Omoyele get? Why are they fighting? They are fighting him because they don't want the truth to speak out. I faced the challenge while I lived in the IDP with Sema. The little some angels sent. In fact, they tried to hijack it. One corner while we are there sharing a spoon. A single spoon while they will see one man with vipers. Yes, that is how they used to do with us. I see them, I smile. I laugh on them. I made it to at least, in fact, I won't go wrong. Mr. President has done a lot to us. But if I say that 30 minutes and 15 minutes I say they should give me, in fact, if you can give me the whole day, in fact, it's not enough for me to say what Omoyele Sowore has done. In fact, for me, I will always say that Omoyele Sowore, if this president 2023 general election, if we have not been going to swear Omoyele Sowore as our president in fact, we use that strategy which we use on SARS. We use the strategy to end, to at least take back our country into these criminals. In fact, our leaders are slaves of Fulanis. Let me tell you people. Our leaders are slaves of Fulani. Look at, we have 3 senatorial zones. They are all there. They are all there at Abuja. How many of them did they contribute about our living in IDP? Even how many times did they sit together to bring idea, okay, you now bring it like they bring it like let's go out there and meet or visit our people in IDP. How many times did they call? Where are our House of Assembly? Where are our House of Representatives? Please allow me, please. I ever take an apology. Please permit me. Please let me go out my mind.
Keep to time because we need to get out of this. Okay, right?
Yes. So that is it. That is just it. Thank you, Your Excellency, President Omoyele Sowore. You're welcome. In fact, my people are here. The IDP support Omoyele support to IDP. They were killing everything. Home and go. Thank you.
He's saying here, I can even tell more than him because those of us that have been in the struggle with this man for a long time, we know. Sometimes people backslide, yet he stands there. Barnabas has done it. He has been there from time and he's also there. He continues to be there. Anytime you call Barnabas, he stands up and he's ready to fight as a comrade. Let's clap for him again. Like I told you before now, I still repeat it that we are here to hear the truth. We are here to do what? To hear the truth. And the truth must be told. We cannot hide the truth. We have hidden the truth for so long a time. It is now time for us to hear the truth and say the truth. Your right is your right. You cannot say, yes, these people are doing like this, so I don't, whatever they do. There is nothing like whatever they do this time. We must do what? Take it back. Everyone say, take it back. Take it back. Take it back. Go home. Go home. That is okay. So at this point, I want us to welcome, let us make a wonderful welcome. We've been talking here since, but we have not heard the real talk. Because the real talk will always come from the woman. So let us put our hands together for our deputy governorship aspirant, Comrade Mrs. Hera Kasi. Please come for her as she comes up to speak to us. She's going to tell us what the woman is passing through and what she has to tell us. I know that in 15 minutes, Madam will tell you so many things that you have not discovered about Benue. Thank you, ma'am.
AAC. Ayatu to go now. Ayatu to go now. I want to thank the Almighty God for this wonderful privilege, for granting His Excellency John Rashis from Abuja. He has been traveling far and wide and God has been protecting him. Your Excellency, sir, you are most welcome. We want to extend our warm regards to our Deputy Vice President. Sir, you are welcome to Benue. We cannot do this without our National Secretary. Please, sir, you are born of the soil. You are my man, that's born of the soil. Sir, you are highly welcome. I want to take this opportunity to appreciate every one of you, the State Working Committee, the State ESCO, My Excellency, the incoming Governor come 2023. It's a great privilege and you are all welcome. Please, at this point, you permit me to, Your Excellency, please, you permit me to go to a language all of us will understand. So, Toya no sune, Shaniva, Mungu wawe ni shimu zati ya wewe wale tsesechi, wamfame hingene ne, shiva kumashi, si yacha kumana haru, si yacha kumasea, bebe kwane kumo, siduwe kipane shaga, kwane kasi kwitsese, kai kurase da hake ni bunada, police mahama kwani yacha, molesti sewo presi sega, shiya kumose kasi kwa simosha, sitile sima mutami ingaze, shiya kumaga, Party baluga ibeno itawa supeno kama party ewo pase ka woni mu kono wani ama pase ne ba ndia party la ole wete party la na penu wo se ba ndia party la ayige ki o e kasi ba pele shin kitchen shia kuma si do e kitchen shaga shia kuma si nanga shia kuma wa ni o tuga party ni se to party taga ka na se kwa na se temlega ka se ya ti se temlega Yes. It is time for us to put into consideration the woman gender. Gone are the days we used to. Gone are the days we used to look at a woman as being in the kitchen, forgetting that as a woman, outside your gender, you have so much agendas. Some of the agendas we have as women is delivery. Give a woman a house, she will give you a home. Give a woman peace, she will give you love. A woman is meant to multiply. Give a woman the other thing you give her in the other room and she will produce a child for you. Am I lying? I want to use this opportunity to tell all the women in the house. Alune iya channel kumane deaga. Ene ko sumande ele lesu kupa yo. Ba alune iya channel kumane aga. Ni mo ni tiesha. Sivane Situ aneleve, sule kwa mo, chi, situ peno kupasha. Mukana veni nyame. Women are the ones responsible for delivering Benue State. Take it from me or leave it. We are coming together the same way that's a back together. Uneka we ngelo ke pase da to mase la ka sambrega. Alusi de yes ka ni do e water start wo si da to mai yo bi aso e do emi. Wa do emi so ni fa ne si go ta be no ga. So to ya no sambre veni. Si ya chan. Yangi no so fa e ko kwasi ti ba ko so ya ni na. Ba shi e bi suri go ane. Ba ko si do e ta si ti pansha. We have a lot of projects for you, but the civil empowerment. About the citizen, we are in a campaign that says, let go, you may shower Buddha. Right here, the member to my ear, very cool today. They pass it to here in the go. That's more, see, and we don't come by no swearing because they can say you want to kitchen. They can say you want to come away. They can say you want to swear. We may put over the one of Kuru Wanashe. I bet the lucky Avia said, I didn't have a Yotika and by Jake. The super in Aragan. So, Samaka, Silver Sula to an enemy, Susone Towers, see the name by a secret toho, where he the never here. See, I never tell if our team as Okansue, if our Benue State is an agricultural state. See, the Sula in it, Tonyari Chicken Tail, number one. I'm not able to tell about you, but we don't cast a hammer, Jano, the revenue near our like you. So, Muzambi, Momso Lami Fishiga because Otamu Bamuhan, she will the Lamoneka, Bamso Bandu, the Lucasne. Responsibility in the Luemia. I don't never yet any kitchen in Kumanega. About Kumaya, Yeme, but any yet any Kumanea about the Sipu Basha. She called President so I remember here. Kopi kae vai nyari kiradi nguhone ngara. Abani ya moba ya kasi kawe ni nyamu nguhone. Kanya ni yesi. Kanya ni kiemba. Ama aseme kata. Ama aseme yochi. Aye semba ema kanta. Last 2 years semba esi pension program. He got what do you call it? National ego. Semba ema kanta didoba esi maruye pension program mortality. Because semba yochi didoba. Kwa nete chi so aba pusumosha na ha ni yenya lord of this ahenga one kasimba ni one paye so one wan gba na yemi kwa nete se ma kwa ne ka chi party onege kwasi bakuma kwa aba se kwa mi ya kwa na mo na meta mape mi da ma mo go ya ni ga ka mo fa mi ono esiga wa go be ka se ki nyi o ga te ka mo no asaba ba pe ko kike ko ga te ka mo no na se ni pa ga te ki ya na mu ka ga le me iya ni la me la pe we are done with the talking time he go ka action time that's what party we see in African action that is action ya kitwa tiko na we tayo ya so he go na ne se ba ta and your father will take care you make hay while the sun shines. So thank you very much.
I cannot hear that resounding hands up. Please let us put our hands together for that woman. She has spoken like a mother. She has spoken like a comrade. She has spoken like someone who has you in their heart. We cannot stop clapping. Let us just keep standing. Those of us who are sitting down, let's stand up and make a resounding welcome to our vice presidential candidate, Barrister Aruna Magashi. He has a word of charge to give us at this juncture, and then let's clap for him as he comes over to talk to us. Let us clap. Let us clap for his AAC, AAC, take it back. AAC, take it back. Take it back. Action. Sannun ku mutanen Benue, sannun ku mutanen Makurdi, ina gaishe ku.
I am most welcome to Benue State. This is my first official visit to Makurdi. I love the place, I love the people, but unfortunately, what saddens me is the level of decay, level of underdevelopment in Benue State. I am not to speak much, but I have seen that River Benue is not a property of Benue State. It is a national monument, not only national, international monument, internationally recognized river. With the River Benue alone, the development that would come to Benue State are uncountable. Unfortunately, the leaders have turned their face away from Benue State. They don't want to see development here. Let me ask you a question. If you see your own grandfather wants to go to the market to buy kola nut, what would you tell him? I guess he will say, Baba, sit down for shade, make I go buy kola for you. Is this right? Yes. Now why do you want to bring old men to rule Nigeria? All the people that brought development to Nigeria were not old. Count them. Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, he died at 53 years. Ahmadu Bello Sardauna, he died at 55 years. MKO Abiola contested the election at what age? Barely, not up to 50 years. Bashir Tofa, his opponent, was 46 years then. Your great governor, Apa Aku, at what age did he become a governor? 40s, not up to 45. For God's sake, why do we want to bring old men, 80 years, 70 years to rule us? Why? Insofar as this is our country, we want the energetic youth to lead us in this country so that those people that have a sharp brain that can bring development to the land, to Nigeria as a whole and Benue in particular. We don't want a person that is old enough to be our great-grandfather to come and rule Nigeria. Let them go home. We will take care of them. We will give them good pension. Their grandchildren would go and play with them. Let them lead the politics for us. So it is up to you, the people of Benue. If you want the old stock to continue decay of Nigeria, go and vote for APC, PDP, NNPP, or not have you. I hereby present to you a youth among you, a person that is not up to 52 years, to lead you and lead this country, develop Benue State and Nigeria, protect your rights, protect your interests. I hereby present to you Mr. Omoyele Sowore as the President of Nigeria. Please vote for him. Thank you very much.
Please have a seat, please. Please get seated, please, everyone. Yes. AAC. Are you tired? AAC. AAC. Take it back. Action. Revolution. Thank you very much, Benue, for receiving us. Since we arrived here yesterday, we had a powerful reception when we were entering Makurdi. Today, we had another powerful reception with some youth, kids, at the bank of River Benue. As you can imagine, I am the only presidential candidate that can swim and run at the same time in But don't let me continue without greeting our vice presidential candidate. He might look very quiet to you, but his heart is made of steel. I met him in Femi Falana's chambers. All of you know Femi Falana, the human rights lawyer. He is also a human rights lawyer in Kano. Don't let me go ahead without appreciating our National Secretary, Ina Okopi Ali. When we arrived in Benue yesterday, and when he saw the decay inside the state, he said that he's from Kaduna, that he's not from Benue. But we told him he cannot cancel his state, not yet. We also want to thank the governorship candidate, who, like myself, is a sports person. I found out today he's a professional handballer, Chief Wachi Obe. And please give him a round of applause. When we were doing the arrangement for speaking, I discovered that the deputy governor was not given the prominence she deserved, and I yielded my place to her. And look at what she did. After she spoke, I was afraid to come out to talk. She apparently is the revolutionary that we have been looking for in our party from the female side of it. Our party is an equal opportunity party, and our position is that women should not only be playing second fiddle to men, because they are stronger than men. They create, recreate, establish, re-establish authority over men from time to time. In this dispensation, there are more women registered voters in Nigeria's history ever. About 47% of them are registered to vote. That is to say, if they convince their husbands, boyfriends, and others to vote for a female president, Nigeria can produce a female president even in 2023. And we hope. I am not one of those people who do pity party for women. Let's give them 35%. If you are 47% of the voters, you take 47%. In Rwanda, almost 75% of their lawmakers ahead are females. And that country is doing very well in Africa today. Men should be ashamed of themselves in Nigeria. Yes, we assert authority all the time, but look at the country ruled by men. Let's try women next time. And I will be so I'm very proud of how you have expressed yourself today. We also should thank our Aluta people in Benue State. Faith is here somewhere. Faith is there. She leads all the time a lot of struggles in the state. But most importantly, let's thank our Benue State AAC chairman, Comrade Rex Elan, for the fantastic job they have been doing. At the point he moved to Abuja, we moved him back. He moves to Abuja, we keep moving him back. We don't want Benue to be left unprotected from the revolutionary side of things. I don't have much to say today, because sometimes you have much to say, there is no time. Some other times you have time, but you don't have enough to say. But what I have seen, and I can say to you here, looking at this hall, on my way here, is that Nigerians are tired of the old system of governance. Nigerians are tired of hunger, starvation, strikes. Nigeria is the only country in the world, well, one of the only country in the world that is not at war, but has got internally displaced persons inside the country. Nigeria is the only country. Nigeria has become a disgrace to the world. It is not Nigerians that are a disgrace, but Nigerian leaders that are disgracing Nigeria. And by reputation, Nigeria is letting down a lot of African citizens and countries. In fact, when we went to South Africa in 2018, I asked a South African, why do you people hate Nigerians? One of them told me it's because they always take their girlfriends and their women. He said, but there's something about Nigerians. If they take your girlfriend or wife, the wife will never go back to you. I said, why? He said, because their mouth is very sweet. But that is not the problem. That's not the problem. He said, if their mouth is very sweet like this, why is it that they cannot have a country that is sweet, such that they have to be running to smaller African countries? I said, you have defeated me in this argument. So we're here. My job is to reinforce what our colleagues have said, particularly our VP, that at the time in this country, the people who were running Nigeria were in their 20s. In fact, the people that got independence for Nigeria were young people, your age. The man who first proposed that Nigeria should obtain independence was 20-something years old, Chief Anthony Nahoro. Nigeria is therefore not making progress if in 2023 the likely president of Nigeria is 95 years old. And I mean it. Tinubu, who is APC representative, has been changing his date of birth. Yes, since I have known him. At the time I was a journalist, 10 years ago, they sent us a press release that Tinubu is celebrating his 65 years anniversary. 5 years later, they said he's celebrating his 70th. In 2022, they sent another press release that the man is celebrating his 79 years anniversary. I said, but you gave us 10 years ago that he was 65. By arithmetic, he should have been 75 now. Do you know what they went and did? They went to Wikipedia to go and change the date again. Article of PDP is also very old. That one, I don't know his age, but looks very old to me. And as I've always said, I have no problem with old people. I have only problem with old ideas. Because old ideas have set Nigeria back by centuries. When places like Ghana are already offering technologically driven education, Nigeria is here going on strike in our universities for 9 months in 1 year. ASU in Nigeria, that's the organization in charge of our lecturers, their organization, strikes too many times than thunder. The reason is that the government of Nigeria is not interested in tertiary education. Because even Buhari, who claimed he was poor when he came in 2015, sent all his children to school in London. That's the person who claimed he was poor. They have used the money that is meant for your education to send their children to school. When our leaders are sick, including when they have catarrh, the type that I have now, if he was Buhari, they would have flown him to London. Because there's no hospitals in Nigeria that can treat him. Even the Aso Rock Clinic that they budget 3 billion naira for every year since he came to power, they said they don't have common Panadol. I am not the one who is saying it, it's Buhari's wife that said it. So, for how long shall we continue like this? We say we cannot continue like this. We cannot continue like this. It is impossible for this country to make progress with the present crop of leaders. And most importantly, with the present crop of presidential candidates that you have seen. It doesn't matter how they mixed it. All of you know about, today is Sunday, right? You know about overflow, when the church is too full. Take some people to another room they call overflow. That is how APC was to PDP in 2015. Now, in 2023, the Labour Party is the overflow of PDP. Same people, same characters, same operators, but they now package them to make them look like they are different. It's all falsehood. And I'm here not to come and lie to you like some of them know how to do. I'm here to tell you the bitter truth that I've always told to our leaders when I meet them. We must admit, also as young people, that we have let ourselves down. Why did I say so? Some of this nonsense that is going on in Nigeria, we could have ended them in 2020 if enough of us participated in EndSARS. We needed a revolution and it was looking at us like this. We walked away from it. Why? In Jos, for the first time, palliatives were discovered in warehouses. Christians and Muslims came together. There was no differences and they liberated the palliatives. Our leaders were stealing Indomie noodles and hiding them when there was COVID. When leaders of serious countries were giving thousands of dollars to their citizens, even I, that was in Nigeria at that time, held up by the federal government led by Buhari, I was receiving money in America sent to my house, sent to my account, even though I wasn't living in America. Even when I protested that this money doesn't belong to me, they said, but you are here with us and you have contributed to our economy. There's COVID. Take care of yourself as well. But in Nigeria, what were our leaders doing? They were hiding Indomie noodles from you. They were stealing palliatives. Common Indomie, Nigerian leaders are stealing. They have no shame. Do they have shame? No. And now, they have gathered together again and lying to you that they can save you. They are lying to you. People who are governors for 8 solid years are telling you, people who could not turn their states to Dubai, that's United Arab Emirates, they are telling you that they want to turn Nigeria into Dubai after they have done 80 years. There's one of them, Kwakwaso. Kwakwaso has been in every government since 1999. He was a member of House of Representatives. He was a minister of defense. He was governor for 8 years. He was a senator. He still wants to continue to be a candidate in every election, as if he was cursed with doing election. Atiku, me and Atiku contested in 1992. 1992, some of you were not born at that time. He contested for the primaries of his SDP. I contested as the president of University of Lagos Student Union. I won. Atiku lost. Yes. 2023, Atiku is still contesting against me. 30 years later, Abba, may I faru? Atiku, may I faru? The last time I saw him, he was very old and weak too. Carry one leg, rest small, drink water, drop cup. Carry the second one, rest small, drink water, drop cup. Carry another one. I saw him, I said, VP, former VP, may I faru? He said, bad amwa. I tell her, say, Nagana Yakari. So, let's say to you that you hear promises all the time. They will come here and say they will refill the river Benue with pure water. It's a lie. Because River Benue is the source of pure water. But our leaders don't know how to convert water to drinkable water. River Benue is the source of irrigation. Our leaders don't know the meaning of irrigation. River Benue is the source of tourism. Our leaders don't understand the meaning of tourism. If some of them come here, like I went to swim today, instead of swimming, they will piss inside the water. Because they don't understand also that you have to take care of the environment. You see River Benue, you see silt all over the street playing on. The river is going to dry one day if we keep treating the river the way we are treating it now. It's supposed to be dredged so that it can be a source of water transportation as well. I am sure that if you put some good boats on River Benue, you can travel to parts of Nigeria within a very short period of time. I don't have to go through corner, especially the southeast. It can be used to move to Festa. The reason is that whenever there's crisis, they have less areas to govern. Less areas to govern. Less people to take care of. If you go to Maiduguri, Borno State now, there is only one city that's left. But the governor will be telling, they'll be calling him Action Governor. Which person cannot turn one city to Mecca or Dubai? When you have 20-something local government and you're only managing one town, how you know go be Action Governor? Exactly. 7,000 naira minimum wage. That one Action Governor. That one a governor. So when you go to them, ask them, how is it that you are interested in crisis? You cite them. They don't want Nigeria to work. Because if Nigeria works, they will be tasked to work harder. And most of them don't like work. They are lazy. Like your governor, he prefers to be going from place to be doing G5 with Wike than to focus on the security of his people. And G5 now has become G failure. Let's see which excuse he will have for not paying salaries. G-string. Yes. G5 to G-string. And the G-string don't. The also way to deal with what Benue is, when people talk about agriculture, people just talk about agriculture because they see orange on the road to Abuja. That's not agriculture. That one is subsistence farming. The one you sell orange and go and still go back to the orange and you are still poor. This state should be mechanized. Instead of SUVs, you should have tractors everywhere in your state. And the world has gone past even physical agriculture. Now, you can plant crops without soil. It's called hydroponic agriculture. You can grow plants in the air. So what is stopping you is because you have people who have lazy mentality in the way they govern you. And what stops Benue, anyway, from transiting from the food basket of Nigeria to the technological basket of Nigeria? With all the great youth you have in this state. Is it not from this Benue that some of the best musicians from Nigeria are from? So why must you do agriculture till you die if you have the talent to sing? Does it not fetch more money to be a singer than to be a farmer? Somebody else can farm, some other people. So there's a lot you have. But our goal is to feed ourselves in this country and feed the continent of Africa. And we are going to focus on Benue State as one of the sources of this particular policy. Because we cannot continue like this. And also, we have our intentions to make sure that the kids we saw today in their millions across the country, some of them are not going to school because they can't afford to go to school. We meet a very brilliant kid who was asking us why some children, she couldn't understand, she's 12 years old. She said, why is it that some children are poor and some are rich? Why is it that some parents remove their children from school so that they could go to farm? And why is it that some children are stealing? We said, they're not stealing. They're just looking for what to eat. The real people who are stealing are Nigerian leaders. a man was just sentenced to death in Lagos. Lagos of all places, for robbing a woman of 57,000 naira. I said, where's the judge coming from that he didn't see Tinubu and sentence him to death? Is this not supposed to be according to the gravity of the offense? How can somebody who stole 57,000 naira go to be sentenced to death, and the one who stole 158 billion naira every year from Lagos State is going to become president of the country? Are they mad? That's the problem. Our justice system is also wonky. So, our brothers and sisters, there is nothing I can tell you that we didn't say here in 2018. Some of you were here with us in 2018. We warned Nigerians that if you vote for your enemies, you are going to end up miserable. They did it. They voted for Buhari. They said they are looking for somebody who is megastia. And we told them that there's a difference between megastia and munafiki banza. Now they know better. Even your governor now understands what we were saying. But when we came here in 2018, people were laughing at us. After 2018, I have spent 5 months in detention, detained by Buhari. I told him, one day, you will go. But you will also go nowhere, because you will pay for your sins against the people of Nigeria. Are you getting my point? Yes. 3 days ago, we went to the National Peace Parley, and I'm wrapping up, because it doesn't matter how long I talk, some people will listen and some other people will not hear. And we met all the former head of states, Abubakar, Abdul Salami. Tinubu was there. As soon as we arrived, Tinubu slept. When we finished, they wake him up, and then they took him away. And at a point, Abdul Salami said that Mustafa, who was a major in the army when Abacha was in power, he was complaining in the meeting that Sowore is always fighting him. So General Abubakar said, Sowore, can you stand up? Mustafa, can you stand up? He stood up. Sowore, can you stand up? I stood up. They thought that they didn't know my intentions. And they said, can you embrace yourselves? And Mustafa said, no, my problem with Sowore is deeper than that. I said, General, can you let me explain? I don't have personal problem with Mustafa. I have personal problem with those of you in the military that destroyed democracy in 1993, including you. Yes. The man, yes. I said, had we allowed Abiola to rule when he won election in 1990, free, fair, and peaceful election, we will not be signing peace accord to do election in Nigeria. Nigeria is the only country in the world where candidates are asked to come and sign peace accord during election. Is election war? Do you know his response? When he was responding, he said, Sowore, if you win, can we stay in this country? I said, that will be up to you, not me. Your conscience will determine it, but also the amount of money you stole will also determine it. That's the truth. Because he now said, let bygone be bygone. I said, how do you say bygone be bygone when people own villages and you take them over and rename them? How is bygone going to be bygone when you kill an entire family in their homes at night and you say it's all right? How is bygone going to be bygone when you turn Abiola and Abiola children into orphans? You kill their father, you kill their mom. How can there be bygone be bygone? How can bygone be bygone when the rest of us are poor and you guys became the richest people on earth and you are not disclosing and returning the money? How can that be bygone be bygone? I am saying this to you so that you can understand that a new revolutionary era must also be followed with revolutionary justice. It's as simple as that. And I'm not going to say any more than that. Thank you very much. Take it back.
Sowore,
continue to clap our hands. Let's clap our hands. Let's clap our hands for the presidential aspirant. They have spoken a lot. Presidential candidate, they have spoken a lot. He has said so many things. For your Seba get it Lungwa. Seba Lungwa, Seba Washan, so can I get him? Because this day, Umani, she was down in the Kaliaga. Chake is it. Nigeria got all the crowd in the hand. See young champa, see young game. Now you haven't seen here every day. I tell you, we have our right. We have right to live. But Pesulu, who might just numbers look at the Euro security how he has. Guys, security, the Kenyarity, but we as a Nigerian who will live in below $1. You Maramba Luna in Yari Tibe for your 1 tower fence. Jihama Yanga Baba Hideshi with Same, Roy Gira. AFC, take it back. So at this juncture, we'll tell you that those who will be asking questions, we said it's a town hall meeting. So you prepare your questions. We'll have an interaction, an interface with the presidential candidate. We'll ask him questions and he will tell us things so that we'll prepare our minds. But before then, let us welcome the cultural group as they entertain us, and then you prepare your questions. So we're going to have an entertainment from the traditional and from the cultural group. They'll give us Twitere dance so that we'll freshen up our minds and ask questions.
Thank you very much, the cultural group. At this point, we'll have to take some questions from you, and then I want you to understand something. Your questions should not be based only on what you have heard from the presidential candidate. It shouldn't be just be based on what you have heard now. Many people have said so many things about our candidate.
5 questions.
Okay. They have said so many things about our candidate. They say that sometimes he fabricates things. If whatever he has said that you feel is not true, ask him, and he will be there to give you the answers. You are hearing from the horse's mouth now.
We have a radio TV interview at 7 p.m., so we have to leave there quickly.
Okay. All right, so now it's time to take questions, please. So if you have your question, all right. Number one, we don't have much time. We take 1, 2, 3.
Choose 5.
As you come, okay.
5 people back and a stretch. Let them come out. That's the instruction.
What?
One question. Just come forward. Just come forward.
Can I go on? Okay. Good evening. Let me first of all welcome His Excellency Comrade Omoyele Sowore to Benue. My name is Samuel Tedito. I am not a member of AAC. I've followed you for quite some time now. Please, let us have this thing. Let me start by saying thank you very much for establishing Sahara Reporters. Over the years, Sahara Reporter has been very consistent in breaking news to Nigerians and revealing what ordinarily should be secret. Thank God Almighty for you. In the last elections, in the present, these ongoing elections, I contested for House of Reps in APC. I actually won
but my mandate was given to somebody else, as it is the case. So as I speak with you, I'm a member of APC. Yeah. I came here this evening to, one, interface with you personally because of the works you have done over time that I have admired. Then two, because one of your followers, who is also a friend of mine, Mr. Jaffed, has been very consistent about his support to you. And I said, let me come and also have a discussion with you. I was saying two things, then the last one is more of a request. The first one, I don't know whether to tell me the question or an advice, but anyhow you interpret it. You said something about the youth, which is the truth. I'm also an advocate of the youth. You see, I'm not asking, he's asking me to stop. You said something about the youth. I'm also an advocate of the youth. You talked about Antonio Enahoro raising the motion for the independence of Nigeria. Your vice presidential candidate spoke about the Tafawa Balewas and all of that at their prime. You also talked about Apera when he was just 42. All over the world, people that have changed the world were in their youthful ages. I agree with you. Now, the problem with the Nigerian state is deep, and is deep rooted. If you see what has happened in South Africa through Julius Malema. Malema was a member of ANC. He was so alutanized to a point that the party decided to suspend him. So what Malema did was to form his FFS political party and see how he can put pressure on government. My question is, given what we have in Nigeria, the reality of which is that if you don't belong to the mainstream politics, it will be difficult for you to have a change of the polity. I'm saying this thing from experience. I have lost millions upon millions of nairas. In the last election, the form for APC House of Rep was 10 million. I bought that form. Now, assuming I am not somebody that is self-sustained, how do you begin to impact? Now, my question or my advice is that rather than front AAC, why can't you see how you can have, and I don't know how to put it, why don't you have an infiltration of the mainstream political parties, then bring up youth of like minds, support them, so that we can begin to have both from House of Assembly, House of Rep, and the governorship that can also support your idea of a better Nigeria. How do we begin to achieve that? That's my question.
Thank you.
I didn't want to answer questions on the only questions which responds to most of the questions that I get. Why don't you do this? Why don't you join them if you can't beat them? You are a great example of someone who joined them because you can't beat them, and now they have beaten you, black and blue. And I'm not saying this to ridicule you. There is no place for progressive politics amongst crooks. The Malema you are talking about, Malema in South Africa of today cannot survive in Nigeria for 5 minutes. I'm telling you this. Malema can go to the parliament and talk down on the president of South Africa. You go to the National Assembly and talk down on Buhari, they will arrest you there and go and lock you up and throw the keys away. And then people will be saying, oh, he's rude. He doesn't respect elders. Elders have destroyed your country. The last thing I'll say to you, because I would like to see you in private, that 10 million naira that I used to buy from last time, give it to us in AAC, and you see what we will do with it. Had you joined AAC, you would have spent nothing to win the election that you won. Our nomination forms are free. We started AAC in 2018. and is one of the strongest political parties contesting in 2023. Just 4 years. If you are lazy and you want to go and borrow another person's vehicle or canoe to cross the river, what if you find out in the middle of the river that there's a big hole underneath it and you don't know how to swim? That is where you are. We don't need to cross the river with another person's boat. We'll swim across the river. If we meet crocodile for road, we will chop her. That's what AAC is. AAC. Thank you.
Your Excellency, I'm by name Harry. My question is, some years back there was this mantra, change, and if I'm not mistaken, all of us will don't collect the breakfast of the change. If you look at every Nigerian now, you will see hunger, you will see despair, you will see anger. So, sir, as a student, what are your plans to do for me? If I vote you now, how am I sure that we can continue like this? What are the workable and visible plans you have to run all the agendas and all your ideology to move this nation to a better place, sir? That's all my question, sir.
Because I don't have time, I'm going to say this thing very shortly too. As a student in Nigeria, I was a very notable Nigerian student leader in this country, graduated from the University of Lagos. That's what I got, in my view. We are going to give you study grant of 100,000 naira per semester. It is not wrong for you to get 100,000 naira per semester to support your studies, when it is not wrong for the Accountant General of Nigeria to steal 150 billion naira at once. You deserve better, and we are going to give you that. But most importantly, we would also make sure that our ideologies are inculcated in our students, so that when I'm gone, whether they kill me or I die or I expire, there will be students who will carry on this struggle even better than I can do. Thank you very much.
My name is Jerry. I'm a former representative of history at Benedict. I have three questions, but it will be in one sentence. Since I entered school in 2017, we had incessant strikes, and I'm about graduating. So it's for people coming behind me. How do you think you can fix the problem of us? Because it has been continuous for a very long time. So how will you fix us? Secondly, the issue of debt. Okay. All right. So how do you fix? Okay. How do you fix us problem? And thirdly, what will you do in the technological sector? Well, we are all youth, and then as students, when we graduate, we need a place to venture. And today, technology is the order of the day. So in our research institute, how do you think you can make it productive in the area of the youth?
Well, with regards to the strikes, investment is the key. ASU is asking specifically for a certain amount of money to be invested in raising their own standard of living as teachers, and also another set of investment in the schools themselves. ASU had figured out that the governor of a state who is earning 350 million naira as security vote that he doesn't account for can actually fix your universities, make them workable, give you the standard of education that you deserve. That's what ASU is asking for. When ASU first went to strike in the 90s, that I know, they were asking for 3.9 billion naira. 3.9 billion naira. At that time, Nigeria came up under Babangida. We earned 12 billion naira from a windfall from the Gulf War. Most of you, in the Gulf War, that most of you probably don't know about. They said ASU was asking for too much. When they investigated Babangida, they discovered he stole $12 billion. When they went on the strike under Abacha, they said there was no money. When Abacha died, they found out he had stolen $5 billion. Till today, we are still getting money from Abacha. The ATM is permanently standing in heaven. Anytime we are broke, it will drop some money for us. So ASU knew, or they know, that the government is not interested in education, and they want to force them to educate people. Look, 8,000 doctors have left this country in the last 2 years to join doctors in America, in the United Kingdom. Nurses have left. Now, they are going to be recruiting teachers. By the time they start recruiting your ASU lecturers and you have no teachers, then you will know why we are calling for a revolution. Because then there will be nothing left. So our position is investment, investment, investment in education. The future of technology is education. The state of technology is power and energy. Technology itself is what is going to save this country, because the more people are technologically wired and educated, the more money they can bring into this country. Do you know that out of the 10 most expensive companies in the world, only one oil company, Saudi Aramco, is on the list? It's Facebook, Amazon, Apple. They are the ones doing all the job. But can you operate even your laptop, even your phone with generators? I have friends that I call all the time. Why is it that you are not picking up your call? They say, I'm charging it at my neighbor's house. Who does that in 2023? That you are charging your phone at your neighbor's house. So the truth is that without the right kind of leaders, you cannot attain that technological development you are talking about. Nigerian leaders of today have analog brain. The young people of Nigeria need a technologically wired digital brain. We have brought the brain to you. We have brought that brain box to you in Benue today. Take us for free and earn a better future. Thank you. Okay. They say I should take the next few questions together at once. Please.
Good evening, sir. So I did here like this, me and the bus driver. My name is Jacob Chapu. I'm happy to see you here because of them like this. They go and do the data to come talk to them. Yes. We did here like this. Okay, one thing for this our business is yes, they see us win our planning. Anybody will come say will help us, no day free. Like this, now the person now will go. Then as now like this, because of you, I know they vote, but I think the PDC now to vote too. Because I'm not saying because the help us to tell our family now, for people now they get push. It's like yesterday, day before yesterday, my see coming from Aga, they see people for this. So we will do inside town, we go for that. Like 1,000 people will pass them for here. Wow. So like now like this, they come block us to road like this and to give us. They give many drivers. So if you want now, and to come out with them.
Wow. Thank you.
All protocol is safeguarded respectfully and duly observed. My name is Richard. My question is that there has been suggestion by writers that this country is controlled by a group of cabal, and the work of Chinua Achebe, the trouble with Nigeria, and this house has fallen by Kamea and this part. So, sir, how will you solve this menace, or how will you address this very problem? Thank you.
Yes, Kabas. So let me quickly, because we have to run. We have a 7 o'clock interview to do. Let me say to you that for the first time in a while, I feel humbled by the Fulani person who spoke in the hall, because they have been profiled for so long, such that even an innocent Fulani is made to pay the prices of those who use Fulani as cover to commit atrocities. He has said it, they get killed. There is a piece of news today that the Buhari regime has killed more Fulani people than any regime in the history of Nigeria. Because it's a killer regime, that's the truth. What we have said that will solve the Fulani herdsmen crisis is that the Fulani herdsmen crisis started from climate change in the Lake Chad region. The Lake Chad region is 10% of what it used to be. That is where they used to stay and graze. They don't have water, they start coming down. And then there are different kinds of Fulani herdsmen. There are Fulani herdsmen that are political. They are not Fulanis, but they use the cover of. There are governors who kill people before even the issue is declared. They say it's Fulani people that have killed them. There are kidnappings done by regular Nigerians before we even know where they carry them put. They say na Fulani. In Edo State, a train station was attacked Before anybody is Fulani, they have just arrested traditional rulers in Esan that were involved in attacking the train in Edo State. The profiling against an average Fulani is terrible. And what we have said to solve the herdsmen problem is to create ranches across this country, so that Fulanis don't need to be roaming about with your cow. What you do is every cow will have a name and number on it. You enter into our hydroponic ranches maintained by the federal government or state government, anybody, or private individuals. You feed your cow. It will have schools attached to it. It will have veterinary doctors attached to it. It will have human doctors attached to it. And you sell your products there, make your money, and you don't have to be walking around. You go to school there as well. There's nothing wrong if our next pilot is a Fulani. If our next doctor is an Amajiri, who is an Amajiri is a person who is moving around in search of knowledge, not a person who is moving around in search of anything else. We have dehumanized our people, whether you are Fulani, Boro, TV, you are Idoma, you are Igbo. Nigeria dehumanizes everybody. So nobody, my brother, nobody has a right to kill you. On our way here, we met a bunch of soldiers, and they are not Fulani. They told us to my face, they told me to my face that they waste me. We were about 30 kilometers away from Makurdi. I even introduced myself to them as a presidential candidate. They said they don't care. I told them you can't kill anybody here. If it has happened, before anybody will know, they will say it's Fulani that killed Sowore. And most of these soldiers, we knew them the way they were talking. They were Southerners like us. They knew us. In fact, one of them was telling them that I should already be that too. I don't care. But had it happened in an isolated area, they would have claimed that we were killed by Fulanis on our way to Makurdi. Because we are always profiling people in this country before we conclude our investigations. Please, my brother, nobody will kill you. You are going to live and live to see a better Nigeria under the presidency of Omoyele Sowore, a fellow brother of yours. The last question, answer I want to have here has to do with the cabal controlling Nigeria. I'm talking to you as a person who has a medicine called, you know how you have insecticides. What do insecticides? They kill insects. I have here an antidote for cabals. It's called cabacide. Yes. We are going to stop all the cabals in this country and restore power to our people. Take it back. Please, I want to apologize. I will only take one more question from a female. A female, please. We have to go, and I apologize. A female. Let her ask her question, and we can go. Thank you very much, Benwin.
Good evening, sir. My name is Monica. I'm a student of Benwin University, 200 level. And my question is very simple.
How are you sure?
I was talking to us here. She was mentioning things like ladies going to Abuja to go and do prostitution and all of that. My question is, what is your plan? Like, what are you going to do for the young girls? For the girls, we have a lot of talent in Benue State, like making of health, all those stuff. So my question is, what we lack is empowerment. All these girls going out to do prostitution, sometimes it's
by politicians. There are girls who are being abused by female politicians as well. It's a problem created by multidimensional.
Even on the day of what? AAC is the only political party that went contrary to the office. They will deliver Nigeria. They will give you the Nigeria of your dream. It is only this party that can make you to be a proud Nigeria. Apart from this party, any other party they are organizing, they are deceiving you, they will still continue to deceive you. Our president is one man that whatever he says, he will do it. All the things
register.